People fly from all over the world to Tucson to find the vortexes. They come here to find inner peace, to find that guidance. The belief is that whatever is inside of you gets amplified when you're in connection with a vortex. You've probably heard about that in Sedona, but might not know that Tucson is also known for this as well. So what I want to talk about today is that's not necessarily the right place to be looking. Now, I'm not saying it's not an amazing experience, and I do believe the more I'm here, living here in Tucson, the more I understand what this is really about. You see, when we first came and looked at this piece of property, we have this gorgeous acre that looks out at the Catalina Mountains, Sabino Canyon, Bear Canyon, and is incredible. And what I discovered after moving here is that this is kind of the central point of vortexes in Tucson. We have so much history here, but there is something about being in this area. And what I want you to understand is that you can begin to find that feeling that you get from this within yourself. See, I'm all about getting people past 50 especially to be more findable online, because there's something that seems to happen to us after 50. It's like the vapors start enveloping us and we become more and more invisible. And especially as you get to my age, 75, you can feel like a little vaporous wisp in the room, because there's just something that happens with how people perceive you as you grow older. Along with your wisdom and your maturity comes some kind of force field of invisibility. I was starting to feel that in my own business, and then I started exploring ways that I could be showing up that didn't feel like I was just grinding, oh my gosh, just having to do so many things every single day, and wondering which thing would catch the attention of the person that I knew I could help. And my own clarity was getting muddled, getting lost in that fog. Maybe you've experienced that too. But the other thing that I've noticed over the past couple of years especially, we have been known for RV travel. We travel full time, we travel all over the country. In Canada, I worked from wherever we happened to be. Had a huge RV that I did all the driving. Ron is legally blind, so I've always done all the driving, much to people's amazement, because the thing looked like a semi, the last one we had, and I towed a Jeep behind that. And a few years ago, we started letting go of that. And I'm not saying it's been easy. There's been kind of a weird identity shift that had to happen with that. And I went through it. Am I losing my identity? Am I losing my identity as the person that can handle this, that can drive a 45-foot Class 8 heavy-duty truck chassis RV with a two-door Jeep behind it all over the United States without any help from anybody else? And I'm going to tell you, I felt that. I did feel that. I felt like there was some going away part of me. But what's been happening, if you allow yourself to have something like this happen for you, I began to realize I didn't need to do all that traveling. I didn't need to go somewhere else to seek it on a constant basis. That actually started creating its own energy suck, its own treadmill of driving, because I could drive across the entire country in 5 days and then do an event or show up at an event. There's times I paid a price for that, where I got sick right after I got there. I was tired. I had someone in my own family criticize me for being tired after driving for 5 days to get to their home for an event. And so it started having kind of this double-edged sword, two sides working against the middle kind of feeling to it. And what I've realized is it's all right here. It is right here. This is where it is. And I guess I've said that 3 times in a row, but I really want you to understand it's the inner journey. And even though I've been teaching this and talking about this, there's always this next level. There's always a next level of understanding, of wisdom opening up, of clarity. I've developed a system now that no one taught me, but I just had a kind of an intuitive pull to it, and I began experimenting with it, and I started showing up in Google search, with AI search, with human beings finding me and AI finding me. But that isn't really even the point of all of this right this minute. The point is, you are the vortex. If you're looking for that special place It's there. It's already there. But we do have to quiet the inner noise enough to hear it, to see it, to find it, to listen to the messages that are there for us. I've been kind of going through a thing of feeling like, will we ever travel like that again? Will we go to these other places? But yet something underneath that has kind of been like, yeah, but do you really want to right now? Do you really need to do that right now? And the answer, honestly, is no. No. What I need is to remind myself and to remember what this is really all about. This being found is about clarity. It's about confidence. It's about truly connecting to the message that we have for those that we desire to serve. Now, the other thing that's really just gone from all of this is needing it to be thousands of people. I must have thousands of followers, and all these people will come to an event or be in my training or whatever that might be, because I love the smallness. I love the intimacy of it. I love being able to really know the people that I'm working with, to be able to have that feeling of connection, camaraderie, esprit de corps, of just we are on this path together. We have traveled separately to get here, and we are converging in this vortex of understanding, in this vortex of clarity, this vortex of inspiration and confidence and commitment to not being silenced, to not having to apologize to anyone for anything, to not having to be a certain way, look a certain way, that we just get to be who we truly are. I'm sitting here looking out at the Catalina Mountains, and if you Google it, you will see Sabino Canyon, Catalina Mountains, Bear Canyon. I literally am sitting right smack dab in the middle of the Earth's vortex of Tucson. Whatever you think about the energy. Some people say this astounding physical, gigantic reaction. But what if it's just calm? What if it's knowing? What if it's peace that allows the noise to disappear, to soften, to move aside, that allows that inner wisdom, that path to your own soul to be seen and heard, to be felt. When I sit here literally having a hummingbird flying all around me, I did a video recently where I realized afterwards there was a hummingbird flying behind me, busy building a nest. And right now in that little nest, it's just over here a little ways, there's two tiny baby hummingbirds, two little tiny lines of fuzz inside that tiny nest. And I am privileged and honored and allowed to be in the same vicinity of it. The hummingbirds are flying. You probably heard birds. Our fountains are running. Right behind me, this giant honeysuckle. Oh, there you can see it right there is already blooming. The scent is surrounding me. How could I not feel peaceful? How could I not connect to a deeper clarity? What I want you to understand also is wherever you are, it's there for you. You can connect with that amplification of what you're meant to do. I work with people who say, oh, I've been years, like you keep doing more programs. Well, I'm learning it here, so I'll learn it here and here and here too, all at the same time, crashing together. What does that create? It creates confusion. It creates overwhelm. It creates a feeling of no matter how much you are, quote, learning, somehow it's never getting activated. It's never getting out into the world because you're so busy still trying to figure out if you're doing it right. It doesn't have to be that way. We can simplify. We can choose this. We can choose this path of settling into, embracing, celebrating, connecting more deeply to who we really are. That essence, the essence of you. Where is it? Is it lost in the sauce? So many different coaches and people bombarding you with, well, here's how I see it, and here's how I see it, and here's how I see it. How do you see it? That's the really important part. I've said before, slowing down to speed up, and it's taking on new meaning, because when we allow ourselves the slowing down to see, to hear, to feel, to connect, to spend some time connecting with that deeper source from within, that guidance that's there for each of us, that allows us to get clarity on the message that we have. Because yes, part of the being found is to get paid for what you already know and what you're going to narrow into. And I say narrow in the best possible way. Tighten the view of what you do, who you are. That's when it gets so much clearer what your message is, how you're going to express it. You are filled to the brim with stories if you're past 50. I'm a 75-year-old grandma with purple hair, living my best life, even though there's been times, honestly, in the past few years that has not felt like my best life. I've resisted, I've argued, I've mourned, I've grieved, I've let go of, I've accepted, I've pushed back. I've done all those things. Arriving at this particular moment in time where I'm realizing even more, connect to that deeper source. Keep connecting at a deeper level. Our anniversary of buying this piece of property is next week. We'll have been here for 10 years. We had to turn it from a sad, sad place that we almost didn't buy because of the energy that we felt here. It was empty in many ways, and yet filled with the energy of sadness and strife and loss. And so we sat out here on this piece of property. All of this wasn't here behind me. And we just looked at the mountains and sat in silence and let the answer rise up. We came here several times and did just that until we absolutely knew we were meant to do this. Right from the beginning, I thought, I know I can create something where someone wants to come and spend some time with me here, experience it, share wisdom, receive guidance, find the path together. I'm definitely bringing that to life. So keep an eye out for that, or if you have any interest in that, you can let me know. Because I know how really transformational this kind of a journey is. Why? Because I'm on it myself. Because I've been on it 75 years worth, and I'm not done yet. And I truly believe you're not either. Hope this has made sense to you. I just had this calling this morning of, I went outside and just every morning I greet the days here of just, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful, so special, so peaceful. And instead of sitting down at my computer in my office or going about doing other tasks for the day, I just thought, I know, wrong day, wrong time of the day, wrong day of the week, but I want to get this out there. Whether it makes sense or not remains to be seen. But I just felt called to share this message with you. And you know what? If even one person, if it resonates with even one person, if there's even one person that says, this is for me, this was meant for me, you're right. It is. That's why I'm doing it. And it's really okay if you let me know, but if you don't, that's okay too. Letting it land somewhere, putting it out there, that's part of the calling. So thanks for being here. I hope you've enjoyed this moment out in my gazebo. I think you might have heard a hummingbird zooming by a couple of times. I'll find out later when I watch the replay of this. And the wrens, they're always busy. Until next time, I'll talk to you again soon, okay? Bye for now.